All right, what's up, my friends? Time for an update. If you're watching my content before the release, or I guess at the release of Duskmorn, I built this really sick Kona deck. It was mono green at first, then I tried making it splashing white because of how the matchup spread worked. Deck was insane against Domain, insane against the mid-range decks, but not great against the red decks. And then, of course, Pixie was a new deck at the time. It wasn't great there either. So I wanted to play it at the Spotlight Series in Atlanta, but the metagame was literally just mono red or Gruul, Pixie, and Dimir with counter spells, which was like the worst metagame possible. Shelved it, but now giving it another shot because a few things happened in both printings. So of course, the metagame has changed a little bit. It's opened up a bit as far as other mid-range decks, Domain, Trumps and Control decks now and stuff, which is cool. But also the printing of Wastewood Verge. So the deck was originally playing 4 Hushwood Verge just as a way to help cast Atraxa because it's just a forest. There's no downside of this card in your deck over a forest. So, and then I added white as a splash to add some Get Lost and stuff and some Sheltered by Ghosts as a way to try and beat red because you were already playing the Verges anyway. Now that we have the black Verge, we can play the far superior removal spells in Cut Down and Go for the Throat while maintaining basically the same mana base. Also get the really good creature land to search for too if you need a creature land. So still playing a few of the Verges as well. Hard casting Atraxa is very, very obtainable in this deck. But this is mostly a ramp Kona hybrid deck. So we are, ideally we're trying to Kona here. Survival, get it tapped by crewing it with a Cultivator's Caravan or tapping it to a Scene of a Crime and put an Atraxa for free or a Portal or a Tyrant. But we're also just a good ramp deck too. If our opponent isn't pressuring us, we just sit there and ramp with Overlord and Caravan and just like eventually just cast stuff too. And have Cavern Souls push it through. So Charm's great here, finds all pieces of the combo. Elves, ramp, you get the idea. So I'm gonna try the deck now and hopefully it's good. That would be fun, I guess.
Yeah.
All right, Kona time. I do absolutely adore this deck. I want an R-Ski with it. But again, the metagame shifted in a pretty poor way. We're going to keep this. We have our 1 Bailoff in the main. Maybe they're playing Pixie. Yeah, it's a tutor target for the Archer and Charm also, but 1 Bailoff main is like a little sketch. It's going to get red too, but not great.
Oh, it's Lightning Helix! Oh my god!
Alright, here we are. Turn 1, 0 mana, 4/4. Your turn. And they are playing Pixie. Alright, well, I mean, they're still in, like, decent shape here, right? Alright, we'll discard a Vaultborn Tyrant. It's Charm, actually. We're gonna Invasion for a land. And then attack it, too. We're in, like, pretty good shape here. Let's just up the Vaultborn Tyrant, I think. Here's the Caravan. So we're gonna Invasion. Looking for a 3rd land. We find it on untap land. And we just freaking attack the invasion too. Oh yeah, let's go. Mama said knock you out. So next turn we have Overlord. We have Kona as well. Trying to do Kona against them is pretty tough. They have so much interaction. And the Pixie deck kind of was coming in at Atlanta. It was like the big new deck. And a lot of the reason why I didn't play Kona. Because it's just like not a great matchup. The discard effects, the bounce effects, they have pretty aggressive draws too. So here we are. We're gonna see if we can't maybe beat Pixie in some way. Obviously, drawing our 1-up Bailoff is a pretty good place to be. They're in the tank. I would assume they want this Pixie, but what do I know? Alright, there you go. There's the Pixie. Bouncing the Overlord. Sure. Draw another land. Also, Kona dies to nowhere to run, which is also pretty bad for us too. So we're gonna attack this this battle. We're not gonna push it through with the Charm. Let them chump block again. That's great. And then we can either we're just gonna cast Caravan, I think. Cast Caravan, then we'll have the option of either A, playing Kona and crewing and getting a survival trigger, or B, just hard casting Overlord. So they can just keep looping the Overlord and blocking, which is fine. Sure. It's fine by me.
Spawn more Overlords.
No problem here, because we got it all. So here's Kona. Here's a crew. I think we still attack this. Oh, okay. That's good.
Game. Blouses.
Alright, so yeah, GPs are great. Spot Tears is great. So we're gonna bring the Bailoffs. We're gonna bring in the Anoints. We're gonna bring in the Blast Zone. We gotta shape the Kona's like super unreliable against them, so we need to cut down on some of the big stuff. Even a portal is pretty nice. And be more like just a ramp deck, which is fine. Just doable. On this Cavern of Souls too, I guess. We're gonna cut like I don't know. They don't really have counter spells, right? Let's just cut. Whatever. Verge. Mortuary? Sure. And then we gotta cut 3 spells. We are adding the Bailoffs. Caravan. Glimpse of the Core is like... We're kind of just ramping. Kind of Volporn Tyrant, maybe. Pearls of Phyrexia is pretty insane, but like... I don't know. It seems a little sketchy against them. I don't know if we're going to get to that point. Yeah, let's go to the Portal. And... Gotta cut 1 more card. Glimpse the Core is like a little iffy. Let us try this. Isn't that bad? Question in chat was, should we keep the Bailoffs once they've seen one? Absolutely, yeah. The whole game theory, like they'll not bring it, they'll cut their nightmares. Like they shouldn't do that. They should be more careful with them. I think it's fine. We have Scene of the Crime for Kona, which is pretty unreliable against them. It's very slow too, but we have just, I think land invasion's fine. Definitely not a great matchup, but let's see what we can do. Here's Town. Because they're fast, that's the problem too. If they're playing Scavenger in this, they're just like pretty fast. Alright. This won't make... Let's play this Cottage. I think that trying to Scene of the Crime is pretty ambitious, so... Yeah, so... Decent little aggro draw here. We draw Llanowar Elves. I don't hate that, actually, over Invasion. They don't have any black mana yet, either, so play Scene of the Crime. We can Invasion, look for something fun. They draw back black, too, sure. Alright, sure, that's fine. Yeah, I mean... Yeah, it's attack for 5. Like, the fact that they have a fast clock, too, is just, like, it's pretty tough. Yeah, they also played Tiny Bones Game 1, which is, like, the 5th copy of, Hopeless Nightmare. So that means they have a lot of copies. It's hard to board them all out, too, so... Alright, here's the Invasion. And we see Bailoff, Overlord, 3 lands. I would say we're not looking very good here. I mean, hard casting Bailoff is, like, not the worst. It's probably where we're at, unfortunately. Not a great spot. Again, their aggro draw plus their disruption is like really, really hard to beat. Yeah, this is just like, yes, they just preempt the Bailoff by bouncing the Edict. Attack first 8 here. Yeah, we're just dead. Yeah, pretty tough. Definitely not a good matchup. Again, this is why I didn't play this deck in Atlanta. Just a breakout tournament for this deck. Yeah, we're dead. So, alright. So game 3 on the play. Hopefully be a little better for us. Yeah, nothing changes here really. This is fun. On play. Hand is phenomenal. Certainly an unexplored thing in Standard right now is turn 1 Llanowar Elves, turn 2 Overlord. There aren't many decks that can do that, and it is a unbelievable opening, especially on the play, obviously. So, let's elf it up. for no Grim Bobble. Tap land is a banger.
Bingo!
Alright. Next turn we have Glimpse the Core and Invasion for a big idiot. Pretty insane mana advantage, you know. No order run's fine. A little slow on that one. We draw Atraxa. It's fine. So let's go Glimpse the Core. Get a Farce. Rampant Growth is in standard, folks. And play Invasion of Ixalan. And find ourselves Atraxa, Kona, or Voltborn Tyrant. Should I take the Kona here? We have no way to tap it, but like we just don't need another 7-drop, so. They waste their time killing this. Gives us time to cast Atraxa. It's a stock up turn. Great. So I think the ideal scenario here is that we play Kona. They waste their turn killing it. We draw land and cast Atraxa. Yeah, the thing about this deck is that, like, this deck casts Atraxa almost more than you Kona it, but the threat of Kona makes the it gives you time to cast Atraxa, which is great. I do love this deck. Sure. We didn't know they had that right now. Alright. Play a freaking Fear of Isolation, and let me untap and take my turn, please. God, so good.
Good old rock. Nothing beats that.
Atraxa, my queen. Alright, creature, artifact, enchantment, instant, land. Also, this is a really good Atraxa deck. You draw like 6 cards off Atraxa basically every time. Like, there's every type. There's creatures, enchantments, artifacts, lands, instants, sorceries, battles, like. Thanks for playing.
Well, somebody stop the damn match! Enough's enough!
Yeah, in Atlanta, I brought this deck because I won the RSQ with it. And then I played it like a silly like RC or whatever, like win a big sheet thing or something, and I like lost to Demir, lost to Pixie, and I was like, all right, like Demir, like just like Demir tempo, also a bad matchup. They just have like a bunch of counter spells and good threats and bats and stuff. So deck is not good into that stuff. It's not good against not good into this town stuff. Not good against counter spell stuff. It's not great against Reb. It's like palatable. But it is insane against mid-range, insane against Domain. So, all that for a drop of blood. Yeah. We could just cast Overlord, maybe. I was wrong, honestly. Instant artifact. Converge to... Sure. This is probably should have cast non-Atraxa things this turn. That we're just trying to hand size, but it's also just like we probably can't lose. So, yeah, whatever. Like, good luck, have fun. We're at 18. We have a 7-card hand and another Atraxa. Whatever. This town, sure. They want to keep playing. We'll keep playing. We draw a line of rolls. Sure. So we're going to go land, hardcast Overlord, hardcast Bailoff probably. Also, I guess the evolution of Sunspine Links is bad for this deck too. That card's really good against us. It's not because I think his deck is awesome. It's just like a pretty bad metagame call, realistically. That happens, where, like, there's just decks that, like, in a vacuum are quite excellent, but they just, like, line up really bad in a current metagame. Double nowhere to run, sure. Opponent brought a knife to a gunfight, and gave us time to draw our gun, so... Okay. I think we just wait on Atraxa. do our thing. They're gonna this town my obstinate bailout. That's pretty. Yeah, they are scrapping at the literal bottom of the barrel here. All right.
No, don't do this. Enough is enough.
Still playing, opponent? Like, if they can even beat all this, you'll still have a Trax in our hand too. All right, gotta keep playing. Play it on. Play on, Garth. All right. Take two. Speed up. They're mapping. Join their camera time. What's a goon to a goblin?
Who do you think you are? I am.
Instant. Creature. Land. Battle. I play a land already? I did. I'm a dingus. Okay. Let's just attack you. Alright. How's that sound? It's everywhere you want to be. Your turn. Sunspine Length does 1 damage for each land, right? So it wouldn't even kill us here. 24 life. Kill them. Opponent is hoping for a disconnect, I guess. Here comes the anchorage.
Get off my plane.
We still doing this? We still here? We're still doing this. Okay, that's cool. That's fine by me. No problem. Listen, I'm winning. I'm having a great time. You got it. All right, here comes the anchorage. Yeah, that's all. That's all well and good.
After it was all over, we took us in the house to serve us pancakes.
That's why I play the games, folks. On the play. Yeah, I mean, it's like not perfect, but it's fine. Scene of the crime. Shadowy backstreet. Okay, that was a great draw. We rip off a glimpse of the core here. Pretty cool. Something to do. Alright, so probably Domain. Domain is quite good for us.
Spawn more overlords.
Ship it. We've got a lot more mana than you do, my friend. We're glimpsing the core. We're taking a look. Just take a little glimpse, you know? Take a little peek. Take a little looky-loo. Here's a forest. Beanstalk, sure. We are far above this. Our black card's not very good in this matchup, obviously, but keep you everywhere, land's coming. So we just have 4 Atraxa, which is obviously very good for us. All of our big stuff is insane against them, so here's a Overlord. Make some tokens. Just gonna pop one of these on the way out. Why is Domain a good matchup? They just can't beat your endgame. Like, we just have Atraxa after Portal of Phyrexia. We have Charms to exile their bindings. Like, they just don't win the late game against all of these Atraxas. I'm gonna sack this thing, I think. We're not Koning this game. We should maybe take some adjustment spells here. Alright, well, draw literally all lands might be a problem, but we'll attack. They jump. I guess I haven't played this deck against, like, Domain in a while. Obviously, I haven't played this deck in a while, but it was really good. I don't know, 5 months ago. Don't see why that would have changed. I guess we don't have Vivian anymore. Used to have Vivian in the main deck. The mono green version obliterated. Domain. This is probably they're probably a little better off against us. We used to have they have 2 Vivian's main. Zer's pretty good too. Up there's Draxa. Uh-oh.
Bingo!
Alright, so let's cast Draxa. And you go from no cards to 7 cards. Let's find Artifact, Creature, Instant, Land, Battle. We are probably going to get hit by a super next turn, which is fine. So we'll just like set up for that. Honestly, I think we're not gonna kill this. We're just gonna play a land, play Caravan attack. Cool. Play Caravan, play around Sunfall, and say go. If they have a Zur, that does change the math a little bit, I guess. Zur's pretty good. It was, yeah, I guess Zur wasn't really a factor in Domain back then, but... So maybe I should have saved that cut down. Maybe that was a mistake. Yeah, I think that was a mistake.
Whoops.
Fair.
Whoopsie.
Haven't played the matchup, so... If they go Zur here, like, we just trade Atraxa for Overlord, right? Which is still pretty good. Beanstalk number 2. Could play the Bike over the Caravan. Similar effect, gains 2 life. But the 4/2 body is much worse than a 5/5. Oh, alright. I can do this all day, so. They have 2 mana up. We draw an Overlord. So, in an ideal world, they want to, like, binding my Caravan and Sunfall next turn. Portal to Phyrexia is pretty cool. Let's take that one. Maybe just cast Overlord and Crew. I think we're like so gassed up that like we don't mind getting Sunfalled. Maybe we try to get in for a bunch of damage here. We're gonna Ride's End the Overlord. Kind of a weird choice, right? Why not the Caravan? Because they're presumably gonna cast Super next turn. But whatever, sure. Draw a bunch of cards. Take a bunch of damage. We have like a 2-1 mana advantage and a Atraxa and a Portal Phyrexia, and they're at 5. So, like, they want to cast a Wrath this turn because the Overlord's coming in also. Okay. Well, I can't target Atraxa because it was untapped. It's got Vigilance. So Ride's End costs 5 mana, but... Creatures in the bin for the portal, which is great. Now they're gonna hit the thing. That's fine. And then we've got 4, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We have 14 mana next turn. They're gonna Binding again. Wow, this is insane. I mean, buying Atraxa is also super sketchy too. Like, now we just like kill the Binding. Discarding a million cards to hand size is also an issue. This decking is certainly a possibility. And they're also at 5. So we'll go for the throat here, I think. Present lethal. They always wait till our turn, actually. That's not bad. They've already used 2 bindings, too, so the portals are much safer. And I have 4 charms to free portal anyway, so... They discard 1,000 cards. They're currently at 13 cards in hand. Discard. We draw Charm, too. That's pretty cool. Alright. Let's go land. I guess we'll just go for the throat. And we will move to combat. And attack. Yet another everywhere. So many everywheres. They're going to play another binding. Draw 1,000 more cards. I think that's totally fine. We could, like, charm it in response and try and kill them, but, like, they have infinite cards in their hand. Like, this is fine. Cool. Just cast Atraxa again. Still 5 mana up. Let's hit another Atraxa, a portal, a charm, a land, and an invasion. I played a Lamester like a dingus, so...
Oh, whoops. Whoopsie.
Whatever, I guess. And then we're going to leave up charm. So I'll just cast this invasion. Get a Vaultborn Tyrant. And, yeah. This is what I was saying about this being a good matchup. They just give you literally infinite time, and you just go bigger than them. You know, like, we just end up having 20 mana in play. We draw all our Atraxas, draw our portals. Like, yeah, like, the Atraxa draws 6 in this deck every time. Like, we have freaking battles, for God's sakes, all right? Here's Sunfall, sure. They are honestly probably going to deck this game. Once they find a Zur, what's our play? All right, I guess we're going to just, like, free an Atraxa here. They have what? They have 11 cards in hand. I don't want to give them a chance to use their cards, you know? I'm just going to untap. Discard a hand size, you punk. Whatever, just hold on to these defensively. Play Vaultborn Tyrant. Play Cottage, just say go. Yeah. They actually have a Zur, just discard it. Which is pretty funny. Here's Vaultborn Tyrant. We have 7 everywheres in play. We draw an Obstinate Bailoff. Yeah, sure. Draws another card. Puts another body in play.
Now this is pod racing.
They can exile the Tyrant response if they want to. Gaining life is good here too, because like they can't kill us in one huge Zur attack. So, you know, we have the charm up. We only have 1 charm. We could have maybe left both charms up for like super conservative, but like just exiling a binding in response to Zur is like pretty insane too. So, now we ride. You got it. 19 cards. 37 life. Grab a Snickers, folks. Alright, so here is your Zur. I screwed up. I didn't really. I'll tell you 2 mana up, so. They're going to attempt to make binding into a 6/6 with Death Touch or whatever. I think this is fine. Yeah, we should take the damage and then just portal them, right? So, this is all good. Yep, okay, here's a portal to Phyrexia. And you are very dead. Thanks for playing. So, we get to bring in Paw Patch formations, Vivian Reed, Cavern of Souls, Fountain Port Leveler, cut the cut downs. You should have Vaultborn Tyrant, I think. The Bailoff. I think the glimpses aren't super necessary. They weren't like in a huge rush. Go with Throat to Stay, I think. Well, we added a cavern. I have to cut a land, right? We get to cut a land. 26 lands. Holy crap. What did I added 2 lands. Jeez. So we got to cut, like, forest. Honestly, our black sources are pretty sketchy. Whatever, just do that. And then I have 58 cards. So I guess the tyrants. I guess the glimpses can stay in. That's fine. I also have some, like, very specific, like, Tidebinder for the Atraxas. Like, this should be a cakewalk. Cassian's tough. I don't want to hear it from you, right? Cassian's tough. Alright. Yeah, man's good. We can keep this. All right, Lush Portico. Let's roll. Kona. Sure. I mean, Kona is certainly a thing here. Obviously, putting in Leveler of Kona is not a very good one. This is more of just like a nice big card to have in matchups like this. Okay. We'll just play Cultivator's Caravan. So go. You got a negate for me? Be cute. Okay. So we have turn 3 Kona if they tap out for like a bean or something. They do not. We draw Archdruid's Charm, also very doable. We can end step Charm for something. I like that. Especially if I play Mortuary here. Okay. So we'll leave Atraxa on top. I don't think we're going to do anything. No attacks. They go. We can just make a fish. We can Charm if we really want to, but like, hopefully they just play an Overlord here and we just freaking Atraxa them.
Good old rock. Nothing beats that.
Cool. So let's just make a fish, then untap. We'll Kona the Atraxa in and just do our thing. Yeah, let's make a fish. Fish. Alright. And draw Atraxa. So, we're going to play Cavern of Souls on Angel. We're going to play Kona. We're going to Crew.
Who's unloading the vehicle?
I think a super is likely, so we'll just tackle all three. We're just putting in the Atraxa anyway. We're actually a little light on mana here. But we'll find an Overlord most likely off the Atraxa, so. Put in our free Atraxa. And go get a artifact, a creature, an enchantment, an instant, a planeswalker, and a land. And that's too many cards, so we'll discard some stuff. I probably should actually, that was very stupid. I should not have gotten all those cards.
Whoops. Whoopsie.
Whatever. All right, we'll discard an extra charm and the leveler. It's just a land, actually. Discarding levelers, like, I don't know, casting leveler is pretty good too. Just discard the leveler. Sure. All right, discard whatever. That's fine.
Somebody stop the damn match!
Well, there you go. As I said, pretty good matchup. Yeah. A bit of a time squeeze today. It's just 2 matches with this deck. Yeah, I mean, the deck's still super sweet. You know, like, I mean, you saw what it is against Domain. If the format ends up skewing more mid-range again, this deck really is just awesome. But the Pixie matchup, we won it, but it's not great. The red matchup is also, like, a little sketchy. But, I don't know. I think that the Black Verge is a huge pickup, being able to play a few black removal spells. It does make the deck works against Sunspine Links, which is kind of scary because like that card's really good against us. So red's a little scary too, but I don't know. In the metagame, it's a really fun F&M deck for sure, a really fun ladder deck, and in the metagame shifts, it could be good again, but still really fun. So there you go. YouTube folks, love you, like, comment, subscribe, you're all great, and peace.
Yeah.